Hi, Sag. Welcome back to your channel or our channel. Excuse me. I hope that you guys are having a great Monday when you do receive this message. We're going to be doing a week ahead reading for you today. Okay. I already have some cards pulled out, some tea leaf cards, by the way. And after, we're going to get into the tarot and talk about everything you should expect for this week that you have ahead. All right. Okay. So, first card that we have for you is Carrot. This says an opportunity or a windfall is coming your way this week. Okay. Now, even with this carrot, it feels like something that you've grown. Okay. Something that you've invested in, that you had a lot of focus or concentration on most recently, maybe towards the end of April, May, right? Yeah. So there's something that you put in a lot of effort behind that's finally going to sprout for you. It's going to feel like a blessing, but you also should be giving yourself some props or a pat on the back because you put in the work for this. Okay. So whenever you do receive this opportunity or windfall of money, finances, whatever it is, just know that it is of your efforts. Okay. So good job. Carrot is your first message. You also have butterfly. All right. I do get this energy of, well, let's talk about the card. The card says a change for the better. And again, it kind of really does reflect the energy of the carrot because as we talk about butterfly, we think about butterfly effect and how you can make one choice, one decision, one action. You can do one thing and it changes your life. There's a butterfly effect or a domino effect that's happening in your life. Okay. So a change for the better, but I also feel like this has something to do with you. It's not by coincidence, it's more by design. And again, good job. All right. So life is changing for the better for you, especially in May. It should be opening up very beautifully. And as long as you stay towards your goal, then you will end this May very successful. All right, let's get to a not so good message we have here. We have wreath. Okay. It says sorrow over a loss. There's so many messages coming out with this card. So, first and foremost, when you are blessed with bigger things, greater things, abundance, most times it comes with some type of compromise, which could be a sacrifice of something that you know you need to leave behind. Even if you are very comfortable and situated in that, having to leave it behind to choose better, to choose yourself. So, there could be something that you are leaving behind. There could be a loss that you're taking to receive what's up next, the next big thing. Okay. So that could be going on, and you could be reflecting on this, and it could bring emotions of sadness or grief. All right. Now, the card that's connected to Reef is Tree. Tree talks about affairs with your family. So there could be a loss in your family. Okay. I don't know what this means. You know, something is happening. All right, we're not gonna think of the worst case scenario, but there is something happening. You also may hear through your family that someone's receiving a loss, right? Maybe someone is crashing their car and it's a total loss, right? Maybe someone is losing a job and it's going to really affect them in a major way. Could be something in your household, but also could be your extended family outside of your household. There's some type of loss here, and it feels like there's some grief or sadness. And it's interesting because it is coming through during a week where you feel very excited and you feel very happy for yourself. So it's almost like, good things are happening for me over here, but then with my family or even with someone that I deeply care about, they're going through some type of loss and it's bittersweet. All right. So, tree, also with tree affairs with your family, you could be opening the door to more communication, more connection with your family. Maybe there's a family event, dinner, party that's happening for you very soon. Maybe your family is gearing up to do something big like a barbecue or like a reunion. All right. So, family is definitely a big part of your month of May, not only just this week. We also have dogs. Okay. So we have getting together with friends. All right. So, first and foremost, with the dogs card, expect a lot of dogs around you. Maybe within your own household, like you have a dog, maybe you're getting a new puppy or a new pet, a dog. You also could be out and about and you're just seeing a lot of dogs. Dogs could be coming up to you. You could be interacting with people who have dogs, and then their dog is like, climbing on your knee, your leg, wanting you to pet them. So there is a very significant bond that you're going to have with dogs, not only this week, but in the month of May. And dogs is the card of getting together with friends. So this week, don't be surprised if you get an invitation to hang out with your friends, to spend some good time with your friends. And the last card we have here is the fox. Okay. Fox talks about shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Okay. Business could be like your finances, of course, could be your career, could be if you're starting a business, you're being very frugal. There's this energy of, I get a lot of Saggies who are about to start some type of business, and you are being very, like resourceful in a way of like not wanting to use your own money, and that could be your intention, like I'm going to get some type of startup fund, or I'm going to get donations, charity, I'm going to cut costs, I'm not going to go and ball out. You could also be thinking about credit and financing and loan energy. Okay, there's also about like some type of contract or lease that you could be signing or you recently signed. So there's something about budgeting, saving more in May, and also just being very resourceful, and also not being afraid, right? Because the fox is going to get his or hers. So there's this energy of like speaking up and asking for what you want to get something done. And it may surprise you how confident you are in your business savvy era, where you are just walking indoors and just saying, hey, this is what I need and how can I get it? Or even if you're taking action to set yourself up to be able to receive more for whatever this endeavor or whatever financial situation this may be. All right, guys, that was all of your cards here. So let's go ahead and jump into your tarot reading. Let's see what's going on with my Saggies this week. My Saggy, masculines and feminines alike, Sagittarius and Sagittarius placements. Could you please let me know, Spirit, what's happening for them this week? What should they expect? What should they be aware of? Who's coming towards them? Anything exceptional that they need to know about this week ahead? All right, I am getting this energy of headaches, okay? Headaches, like definitely like migraine energy, could also be dehydration. I know dehydration makes your brain swell and then you get headaches and stuff like that. So make sure that you're staying hydrated, drinking lots of water, electrolytes, things like that. Um there's also this energy of like vitamin deficiency. So make sure you're taking your vitamins, or if you need to go get your blood work done, go and see where you may be deficient. Okay. What else was I gonna say with headaches? Oh, fragrance. Okay. You could be trying a new perfume, cologne. You could be really excited about this, but it could cause you headaches. Okay. Or someone else's strong cologne, perfume causes you headaches. I feel like this week you're very, very prone to headaches. Could even be like the sun, maybe if you're very sensitive with your eyesight. So just know that you may be a little bit prone to headaches this week, okay? All right, let's see what's going on here. Give me some messages for my Saggies. Messages for my Saggies. And I'm getting another weird message, guys. Like blood. I know that's kind of like freaky, right? Like what? But like I don't know. Okay, I'm getting this message of like when I was a kid and I was playing soccer and the ball came straight to my face. Pause, okay? And it hit my tooth or my gums or my lip got cut, and how blood, fills your mouth and it's kind of salty. Okay? So there's something about blood, your mouth, your gums, a cut, um hurting yourself, maybe like, getting hit in the face by accident. Okay. So be very careful. Could also be a tooth. Okay. I don't know. Be careful. All right. Be careful. All right. Let's see what's going on here for my Saggies. Give me some messages for this week ahead. If it's not you, it's someone around you. Someone could be prone to like nosebleeds or like a tooth. Maybe a child is like, I'm going to be losing a tooth this week. I don't know. All right. Anyway. All right, Spirit, let's get started. Tell me what's happening for my Saggies for the month of, I'm sorry, for the week, this first week of May. What can they expect? All right. Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Some type of heartbreak or disappointment that you had in April. You could be thinking about it this week. Now, it is programming you or motivating you to go and get it all. Okay. So there's some type of setback, disappointment, heartbreak, breakup, something that happened that disappointed you, but it's charging you to move forward. It's charging you to be very successful, especially in your career, to have some type of success in your goals. It's like a motivating factor. All right. It's almost like, you know what? I'm going to do bigger and better than that situation, or I'm going to make something out of that situation. I'm almost like transmutation energy. I'm transforming something that was very maybe disrespectful or heartbreaking or disappointing to my success. I'm fueling my success by this betrayal, disappointment, whatever it may be. Is directly tied to your finances. So you could be thinking about your who you want to be financially in your future. You could be thinking about being this breadwinner, this boss lady, boss man, this rich man, rich woman. Okay, so something is fueling your future goals, moving you towards where you want to be. Also, see that you're learning the skills that are needed to do that. You're learning the skills that are needed to become this person. So something is fueling you, you know? It almost feels like it had to happen, whatever this disappointment was, because it really lights a fire up under your butt to get going and to become this big success that you're meant to be. And I see that as well because we have the Five of Wands, which is like challenger energy. So something could be riling you up or even like um irritating you to get started, get ahead, you know, get on top of your goals and make a lot of money. All right. So you are going to be coming out of Hermit this month because it requires you to do so. And you're also learning a new skill here. You feel like a beginner in some type of situation. You won't be a beginner for long, but it is the first steps to take to initiate this windfall, this continuous windfall or abundance, prosperity in your life. Okay. So that's where you're at for the month of May. Let's talk about the cards that came out for you, Sag. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Page of Wands. And we also have the Knight of Wands. Definitely getting going, getting things done. I feel like there's this energy of like productivity for this first week of May that's going to carry you throughout the rest of the month. You are definitely catching up on maybe the things that you could have procrastinated against. There's this energy of like, you know, getting rid of whatever makes you lazy in your life, okay? Whether it's limiting beliefs, if it was certain habits, routines, if it's certain people, you are definitely separating yourself from that and you're getting going. You're getting very amped up here. You definitely have good news coming towards you this week with that Page of Wands. You also have something to be excited about, okay? Your demeanor is the Queen of Swords, so you are receptive, okay? But you are very like cold or detached. You could also be super strategic, even with that Fox card being there. Your first card here is the Three of Pentacles. It feels like you are looking for collaboration. You have something that's going to be a masterpiece. You are innovating something, and you know that it takes partnership or it takes, you know, two heads are better than one, three heads are better than one type of energy. But right now, you just are not finding the people who are meeting you at that level. At least right now, okay? So something is prompting you to start something alone or to do everything on the back end by yourself. There's also this energy of ownership with that, okay? So you're looking for a collaboration, but if you're able to start something on your own and put in a lot of that effort to get something up and running, the right people will come. And then on top of that, you also will have majority ownership, okay? So that's something as well that's gearing you up for your future. Like, you know, maybe it's not needed for you to collaborate with people right now because whatever this is could be a legacy and it's something that's only meant for you to have major majority ownership. All right. So that's what I'm seeing here. All right. But there is like this loneliness, okay, like energy of like lonely at the top. All right. As you are going towards your goals, you're getting more healthy. You're putting yourself into a very disciplined routine. You see that there's more people that are not willing to do that with you. Okay. So there's this loneliness that you have with the Three of Pentacles. Also, those of you who work a 9 to 5, it's a very lonely role that you are doing. Okay, you feel like people are just not in the same mindset as you. You could be trying to climb the ladder or level up, and there's a lot of coworkers around you, maybe even people who are higher up than you, who are just not as dedicated or focused as you are right now, and that's okay. All right, Three of Pentacles. What's the Three of Pentacles for Saggy? All right, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, that's the carrot energy. Let me show you the similarities here. There we go. Carrot. All right, something that you've been putting in effort for, you're finally going to be able to reap the rewards of that. Okay, so the universe knows how patient you have been, how diligent you have been. You're about to get some type of opportunity or windfall that you'll be able to take from your garden. Something is finally harvesting. Your garden is now abundant, where maybe some months back or some years back, it was just a measly little garden. There's something that you've been really focused in, very productive and dedicated towards, that you're going to be able to reap the benefits. And again, there's this energy of ownership. It's almost like you may want people to be with you, but it's going to feel really good to see that you did something standing alone and no one can benefit from it. Okay, so no users, no opportunists. All right, so you are creating your own opportunities here. But I do see this energy of loneliness. Let's see what else is here. Tell me about this opportunity coming towards my Saggies. What's this opportunity? Page of Cups. Okay, definitely something that is heart led or heart driven, very passionate type of energy. Something that's going to require you to not be so guarded anymore. Because I do see that guard is up with the Queen of Swords here. So it's requiring you to open up, especially your heart space, show more of your creativity with that Page of Cups. It definitely is something new for you. We keep getting that page energy. So you're almost like a beginner with whatever you're being given. It could be a little scary, okay? Page of Cups could be a little nerve-wracking. But this is something you're passionate about, and it's kind of like part of your purpose or your dreams. All right. So there's something here where you'll definitely be a beginner, but you're still gaining this opportunity. Page of Cups sometimes feel like apologies, right? So it could even be the universe saying, you know what, Sag? Sorry that this sorry that this path has been so lonely. Here, take this, wipe your tears with that. It's kind of like that. Hey, Sag, sorry that you have not been able to find your people, your soul tribe yet. Here, wipe your ass with this. Okay. So it's almost like the universe is trying to prompt you to keep forward. Do not get distracted. Continue going ahead, even if this is like a lone wolf type of path. Okay. Anything else with that before we go to the Queen of Swords? Yeah, the tower. Okay. Something you're definitely not expecting. It feels like it's your birthday. You're the birthday. All right. Because you're getting a pleasant surprise here. You weren't expecting this. Okay. This opportunity, this windfall of money. You definitely didn't know it was coming. And it feels very authentic because, you've been putting in all this effort without even knowing that you're going to get a reward anytime soon. So it definitely is for you. It also dismantles what you feel like your reality is. If you feel like there was nothing to be excited about, if you felt like this was going to be a very lonely journey, okay, it dismantles your perception or your thought process about something that's not true. It shows you that you are going places. It shows you that you are abundant. It kind of like dismantles some type of limiting belief that you've been believing thus far. All right. So it's really, really good. Again, loneliness and being by yourself. All right. I do see a lot of that energy, but I also feel like you're coming out of hermit. So what you may not be able to see is that very soon you will be surrounded by the right people. Maybe not this week, but not to say that May won't end with you being surrounded by people who are like minded. All right. So keep that in mind. You have the Queen of Swords here. Let's see what is that block, especially emotionally, that you have right now. What's going on with the Queen of Swords? What's that block for Sag? Let me see something. Okay. What's that block for Sag? Ten of Swords. All right. A end of a chapter, a end of a very brutal chapter, by the way. Okay. You definitely have something to celebrate because you no longer will be, a sad Sag. You will never be again, maybe in a depression, in a rut. There is some type of burden here some type of sacrifice or compromise you had to make recently where you can no longer have things the way that it used to. You could have been beating a dead horse. It could have been really hard for you to let go of something that was dead. It could have been very sad for you that something was ending, but what you didn't see is that you have something better up ahead. So you have to make room for what is meant to grow in your life. And so going through this really tough time, it has left you very cold and detached, all right? And that just sounds like normal. I mean, who wouldn't be cold and detached coming from the Ten of Swords? All right, so that is kind of where the block is. It's kind of like you don't know how to feel, even if you are coming on the other side. Pretty soon, you're going to have some distractions from your detachment. All right, some good news and something that's going to prompt you to be acting very quickly. But yeah, let's see what else is going on with that Queen of Swords. Yeah, the world. You almost have like this straight face, or what do they call it? Resting bitch face. You kind of have this resting bitch face as you are entering a new portal with that world energy. Something is closing up very nicely for you, but it wasn't easy, okay? And you are leveling up. You know, you're leveling up your finances, you're leveling up your environments, your lifestyle, your friendships, your connections. There could also be relocation for you. All right, so you could be moving onward and upward. That could be literally or figuratively. And you almost have this straight face as you're going through the portal. It's a very exciting time for you, Sag, but you are just not very acclimated and you've been through some things. And you know what I see about this Queen of Swords? Look on the tip of her sword. There's a butterfly. All right. Butterfly effect. You made some very strategic decisions to not stay in this energy anymore. You didn't like that. Okay. You tried to stick it out as long as you could. You started to see, I'm the fool who wants to stay in this. I need to keep it pushing. So you made some type of strategic decision, and that kind of allowed you to have that butterfly effect, that card that says change for the better. All right. But it came from a very, very bitter decision making. I'm feeling kind of resenting what I've been through. But this is the decision I have to make because I no longer want to feel this way. All right. So you're still coming off of the mood of that. So this week, too, you're just not very open. You could be still speaking to people, you know, receiving people's energy, but you're not giving much back. Okay. That's the Queen of Swords. I have receptivity, but I don't really have much that I want to say or get involved in. And this is temporary. Okay. But also in the same breath, you're going through this level up. You're about to have a lot of growth and expansion in your life. It's a very exciting time for you that right now you're not really celebrating. Okay. So that's something to look at. Ace of Cups, again, there's something to truly be happy about, something that's going to turn that frown upside down that's coming towards you very soon. You also have a fresh start here or a new beginning, especially emotionally. All right, so whatever burdened you emotionally in the past is dead and gone, and it's time to move on. It's time to move on to bigger and better things, okay? You get the money and you get the love. All right. So I do see something towards the end of the week that's going to excite you. Some type of good news coming your way. All right. Look at you just moping around town. Oh my God, Sag. Seriously? All right. Tell me about the Page of Wands. What is this good news coming towards my Saggies? What is this? Empress. Ooh, wow. Okay. Empress, 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 justice is here. You learned a very big lesson. All right. You learned a very, very big lesson here. Something about balance, something about partnerships, the having the right people around you, collaborating with the right types of individuals. All right. You learned something about fairness and equality, being fair to yourself and being fair in situations, balance situations, connections, partnerships, that kind of thing with the justice. All right, so I feel like karma is on your side here, especially with the Empress being here. There's something new that you're starting that's going to be very, very abundant, especially for those of you who are starting some type of side hustle. That's not going to be a side hustle for long. It's going to grow into something major. Or you could be starting a business or you're starting a new career or industry. It's going to take you places. The Empress talks about birthing something new and it's going to grow and expand in a very prosperous way. Also, with Empress, this is a very amazing card to come out because it talks about how abundant you are. Anything that you touch right now will turn to gold, will transform abundantly. And this can be your finances, this could be your career, your industry, this could be a business, this could be relationships, okay? New friendships that are coming towards you, your environment, your household, your community, all right? Your dreams, your passions, your desires. So, whatever you are focused on and you're nurturing at this time, definitely will have really great and bountiful outcomes. And also with the Empress as well, energy of being put on a pedestal. All right. So you could be having a lot, you could be in the spotlight. Your card of the week, by the way, I posted it on the community page, and I also posted it on Sagi's Dream Instagram. So you have the sun, which talks about victory, success, but it also talks about being in the spotlight, being in the limelight, being recognized and getting recognition for your efforts, being rewarded in front of everybody. All right. So there's that energy with the Empress being put on a pedestal. A lot of people are going to see how you are thriving right now. All right. 10 of Wands. Something could be coming towards you at a time where you feel like maybe I procrastinated a lot. I don't even understand how I'm so abundant, but I really wasn't putting in my best efforts. There's this energy of self-loathing that you could have this week, or just harsh criticism towards yourself. So you're kind of like confused. You're like, how am I getting this good news? And I haven't really been on my P's and Q's. I've been procrastinating a lot. I haven't been showing up. I haven't been hitting deadlines. I've been, burdening myself. I haven't been staying on top of my responsibilities. I feel like the universe knows your heart, okay? And this also is going to, again, there's a lot of things challenging you right now to get out of this mood, all right? To see that the world is opening up for you regardless of your circumstances, all right? You could be thinking way too logically about what's happening for you right now instead of being open and intuitive with the process. Okay. So that's something that you need to know. You know, even when you see out there people who are not in the best energy, right? They could be in their negative polarity. They could be mean spirited, malicious, but they are making it big in life. It's because the universe does not care about your morals or the type of person that you are. All they care about is the vibration that you carry for yourself. When you're intentional about making the decisions for your life, when you have confidence, whether you're evil or you're good, you're going to get that outcome based off of what you believe in your mindset. And so you are getting these things because, first and foremost, you made a big decision to let this go, whatever the hell this was. And on top of that, it's like if you want to keep this energy, you need to stop trying to make logic out of this and just step into the sun, be happy, be expressive, be creative. All right. Be playful. Have fun with life again. All right. This period is over for you. It has come to a close. It's not happening again. You have learned that lesson. So therefore, you no longer have to suffer. All right. So we need to start acting like we came out on the other side, that we're at the light at the end of the tunnel instead of that we're going through the motions. Last card you have here is the Knight of Wands. So you definitely are going to receive that message and you're going to get going. You're making some very quick actions to not sit on your butt anymore. That light is under that butt. It's getting hot. You got to go, right? So you no longer sit in your mess or what you consider to be a mess, and you start to get going. You start pushing forward. You get a lot of energy and vitality for life, especially with that sun being your card of the week. And you start doing things that you have procrastinated, things that you've made excuses for in the past, things that you felt like you weren't confident enough to go after. You just start doing. And that's what's going to make May such a successful month for you. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. Knight of Swords, taking direct action. You are not playing no games with nobody. Especially if people are trying to rival you right now or challenge you. I feel like they just do not stand a chance, okay? You're going in there and you're killing shit, all right? You start believing in yourself. You're like, all right, you know what? I'm getting out of this very, trying to make logic out of magic. I'm just going to go. And you start doing, and you start attacking those things, those limiting beliefs, that self-doubt, that fear, and you start pushing forward very quickly. Lots of fast progress happening for you. especially centering your money and your routines. You know, if you want to be a certain person, there's a future identity of who I want to be. You start to become that person with that Queen of Pentacles. This is you, you know, upping your standards. You're not settling for less anymore. You have cleared out that old energy. You're leveled up. So I expect better shit, better connections, better situations and opportunities. You start acting like the person that you know you can be. Whether this is a very abundant person, rich or wealthy person, prosperous, successful, you start acting like that in your daily routine. Your rituals, emulate this energy of success. You take care of your household, your whether that's family or even if that's like just yourself, your environment. You start to become very responsible and accountable with that Queen of Pentacles, and very very focused on the bag. All right. And you're starting to see, you see how she's looking, or he, if you're masculine, is looking in the mirror. You start to realize, I'm my only competition. These other hoes, they don't stand a chance. All right. And that's going to make all the difference for your month of May. All right. Really good. I love, 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 love that for you. So, with that being said, Sag, let's go ahead and get your last words and then we're going to end it. All right. Last words for my Saggies, please. What do they need to know about this week? What do they need to know about this week? Anything significant? Please allow it to come out in this reading. Some of these cards are funny as hell. All right, let's get some from this deck. Anything else you can tell me about Sag for this week? Give me all the messages from my Saggies watching. All right, I think that's enough because it's a lot. It's a lot of messages. All right, bottom of this deck says I'm telling the truth. All right, first of all, this reading is the truth. Okay, so whether you want to believe it or not, this reading is the truth. Also, someone could be coming towards you this week telling you the truth. Now, obviously, if this is coming out, you don't really trust this person, but I feel like what they're saying this time is the truth. Okay. All right. And then also on this deck, bottom of the deck, we have highly protected. So remember, as you are going into your next era or you're going into this next chapter, you are highly protected. Okay. You can't lose, Sag. Seriously, you can't lose. All right. Let's talk about some of these messages coming out. First and foremost, there's someone that you're leaving behind as you're stepping through the portal of the world. And they feel like you left something behind. So there's someone here who feels like you guys have unfinished business. They could be reaching out this week. Okay. We have fantasizing about you. So this person could be thinking about you a lot right now. It's almost this energy of knowing that they missed out on an opportunity, or that, you're on to the next level. All right. We have I regret what I did. This could even be you, Sag. This could be this person, but this also could be you. You could be criticizing yourself too much about past decisions, that you need to just be focused on the forward and moving onward and moving towards your future. Okay. So don't be so hard on yourself of decisions, actions that you did in the past. That doesn't stand today. You're moving on to bigger and better. We have fake page. Look out for people trying to follow you from a fake page. We have gay here for maybe calling someone out that may be coming towards you. There's also going to be those of you who have same-sex relationships, okay? We also have alcoholic here, okay? There could be someone around you who is an alcoholic. Also, watch your drinking when this card comes out. It could be saying that you are maybe escaping something, okay? So you just need to look at that. We have damn you fine. All right, so you're looking really good and very vibrant this week, which I love. We have starting fresh. All right, this is your fresh start. Okay, no need to, no need to condemn yourself for your past. All about moving forward. If this is your day one, act like it. All right. This card's been coming out all of April and it's still coming out in May, okay? First and foremost, you are moving or relocating. You're being displaced from your past life to your new life, your new era, your new chapter. Also, some of you guys have moved recently. I've seen that in the comments, or you could be planning a move very soon. There also could be someone who is relocating and coming your way, whether that's family or even a lover. Even if it's a new lover, maybe that's something they're going to tell you is that I recently relocated. I'm not from this city. All right. We have time for adventure. You've been so serious for so long. It's time for you to have new adventures, new activities. Time for you to get into new interests, new hobbies. Time for you to travel, okay? Time for you to have new experiences here and have some fun. It's okay to have fun. You know, it's all about moderation. You can have fun and you can be very serious and dedicated, but you should never do more of one or all of one. Okay. Just keep it in a healthy balance and you'll be fine. Okay. This is the card I was laughing at. No kids. All right. Why I'm laughing is because I got this energy, especially if you're going to be hanging out this week. You may be blessed with the opportunity of maybe someone that you trust watching your children. And so this is your week or your weekend with no children, and you can really have some fun. Now, this card can also talk about someone coming towards you who doesn't have children. Okay. All right, we have wifey type, which is Empress energy. So you could be dealing with someone who's wifey energy. You are wifey energy. You could be a wife. Yeah, someone could be coming towards you. You're getting to know or acquainted, fellas, with someone who is wifey energy, or even women who are same sex. You have a wifey type coming towards you, or you're dealing with one. All right, spirit guides are reaching out to you this week, so make sure that you have an open heart first and foremost, and your eyes are peeled and your ears are open. You may see a lot of synchronicities and signs that are coming your way. We have lawyer here. Okay, someone could be a lawyer, so shout out to you. Or you could be meeting a lawyer, meeting with a lawyer. Okay, there could be something maybe legally that you're trying to get under wraps. I do see success in that endeavor for you. All right, or even success in a connection with a lawyer. So look out for that. All right, we have businesswoman. All right, so businessman, businesswoman, doesn't matter. Some of you are starting a business and you're going to be great at it. You're going to go, very far with this. So good for you. Nervous around you is coming out again. I see why people are nervous around you. You are that Queen of Swords, King of Swords type this week. So definitely some nervous energies around you for sure. All right, we have gamble win. So if you are going to be making a decision or taking the action this week, you will win. You also could be gambling. I don't know if you're into that, but play your luck and you may win. All right, so gamble win. Last but not least, we have celebrity status. So your status is changing, and that also means that your standards are changing. There's this energy of not bending your standards for anyone or any situation. You also could be getting a lot of grand opportunities, almost like what a celebrity would. So, and also popularity as well, being in the limelight, being in the spotlight during this time. So good for you. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Make sure to like the video before you go. Comment down below. Let me know how you feel about this reading. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Also, guys, if you are interested in a personal reading, you want to go deeper and get messages about your life and your life only and knowing what to do to move forward with clarity, I do offer personal readings. That link will be in the description box down below and also in the comment section as well. I love you guys, and I'll see you very soon in your next one. I actually see you guys tomorrow. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. All right. Bye.